Hi everyone, it's me Leslie here with another video. Thank you so much for watching my video and thank you so much for subscribing. Today I'm doing a storytime discussion to talk a little bit about favoritism in the family, or just favoritism in general. Recently I was listening to a panel of people on YouTube and they were discussing favoritism in the family, and people were talking about how they favored some of their kids over the others, and some people were talking about how one day they favored one and the next day they favored the other. But my point is that the panel made it sound like favoritism was something to laugh about and wasn't a big deal. And I just want to give my thoughts about it today and talk about how favoritism is a big deal, whether it's in your own family. Maybe you were the child that was favored or unfavored. Maybe you have children now and perhaps you're showing favoritism over one versus the others or something like that. Or maybe you're a teacher and you have a classroom of students and you favor one over the other. And this can even be translated to the workplace where there can be a favored employee. So I'm making this video because I don't think that enough people realize the pain that favoritism can cause and does cause. From personal experience, I can tell you that favoritism leads to can lead to painful jealousy, hatred, mental anguish, a lack of feeling cared for and loved. And also, when I was in the classroom, when I was teaching English as a second language and had elementary school children, I still remember witnessing so many teachers with a favorite student. Sometimes the teacher would have a favorite student because they were so smart and quick on their feet. And other times the teachers would have a favorite student that they just deemed the most attractive or the cutest. This made me feel sick to my stomach, and I have taken these experiences with me to remind myself that favoritism is an ugly thing and it's never a good thing. The favored person isn't being done any favors, and the unfavored person also isn't being done any favors. Before I made this video, I was looking into a couple of articles, and I did run across something from betterhelp.com, and one of the things that they said on their website states that the favored child may develop a sense of entitlement and become used to getting their way, which can lead to problems, and the unfavored child may feel inadequate or unlovable or lash out at their family. In some cases, favoritism may lead to serious mental health problems like depression, anxiety, or PTSD. Several months ago, I bumped into someone who was telling me about how they had this remarkable child. The child did great in high school, finished early, became, I forget the profession, but they went on to do a wonderful profession, opposed to their son, who was basically a fail son. And ultimately the person admitted that the son basically didn't want to talk to the family anymore because he hated them, because he claimed that the daughter was shown favoritism. And the person that was talking to me sounded like they were taken aback, saying, "Hey, I treated my children equally. I don't know what my son was talking about." And this feels to me like a lot of people that jump on the favoritism train and maybe take it more of a joke than a serious issue. I think that perhaps that a lot of these people who don't see favoritism as something of a big deal perhaps were favored by their parents. I'm not sure. The person who was telling the story was saying how they were like the princess of the family, and they were shown favoritism. And so perhaps sometimes when we are shown favoritism and perhaps it feels good to us at the time, we don't see how toxic it can become to the family or to our surroundings, to other people, how it makes other people feel. And so favoritism induces so much hurt, so much pain, so much jealousy that can linger and stain a person for the rest of their life, unless they perhaps seek help or do some kind of self-help that helps them heal and grow and move forward. The person that is unfavored can be made to feel less than, therefore lack confidence. It is understandable when people who are favored don't get it, and when the unfavored perhaps even hate the favored. Favoritism induces so much hurt and pain. It's actually very difficult for me to articulate the words to describe how hurtful and painful favoritism is and can be for the person that is being favored and the person who is not shown the favor. I am making this video as a reminder of to us all, and that includes myself, that favoritism is an ugly thing. Ultimately, it doesn't make anybody feel good. It actually makes people confused, especially if they did nothing to feel like they deserved that favor. And when a child or a coworker or a student observes another person receiving the favor, it can cause so many negative feelings in them, and maybe even cause them to not want to perhaps work as hard or try as hard or be as good as they would have been if that favor weren't being shown. So that's where I want to end the video today. Let's all try to not show favoritism in the home, at work, in the classroom, wherever we do our social obligations. Let's all try to remind ourselves that favoritism benefits no one. In the end, it's not a laughing matter. Having to go to therapy because you were made to feel like a piece of crap is no laughing matter. And this is something that needs to be taken a deeper look at and taken more seriously on a wider scale, on a larger scale. So that's where I'm going to end this video today. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, bye.